never mind. No. Actually, oh yeah, thanks for popping up right when I start the stream. Effing Game Pass bullshit. Start off hot.
What episode is this?
86. Eight, followed by a 6. Make sure. I'm not too sure. Yes, we're on 86.
Are we live already?
We're live. Yeah, we're on the
and
YouTube.
We're taking a nap. We're taking a nap.
Yes, I want to take a nap. I woke up sleepy. I couldn't think. That's how you know you're old, when you wake up and you're like, okay, I need to go to sleep for a little bit. I'm tired from sleeping. Got to take a nap after I sleep.
Yeah, I woke up like that today.
I slept so good. My new medication of whiskey shots is really starting to help me sleep through the night.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
So my pregame started. I bought a new whiskey,
Mm-hmm.
Wild Turkey 101. It's out of this world.
Wild Turkey.
Yes, it's out of this world. Great.
That's like
the caramel hint. Yes. Everybody used to drink Wild Turkey back in the day, but this is 101 proof.
I was thinking Wild Turkey was the drink that alcoholics drink. It wasn't.
Yes.
No.
It's so good. It's so good because the 101 is, I do believe it's a little bit newer of a thing for Wild Turkey. And why are you sending me that great white attacking that dude on that kayak again? That poor dude.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one where he tries to run from it? It just follows him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna go to shore, and he never goes to shore. It's like he's going parallel with the shore, and I'm like,
we're gonna pull this up so everyone can see it. This is what we're referencing right now. This dude's he's just chilling. He's fishing, kayaking. Yep. I would have said, yep. Now I think the rest of this video, what Kaz is referring to, is he's paddling his ass off, and the shark just follows him.
Yeah,
it's like I ain't done with you. Where are you going? Have you accepted our Lord Jesus Christ into your heart? Where are you going?
It's like he's like, I'm trying not to cuss.
Yeah.
I would have been saying all kinds of words to it. I think, did he throw like a water bomb? I'm sorry, I littered. I threw a water bomb.
I don't know. He's Australian, so they're kind of not real people anyway. They're like the opposite. They're like the negative version of real people. Have you seen the AI videos that have come out? The Google, I forget what it's called.
Veo 3.
Yes.
Oh, they're terrible.
No,
I don't know what's real. They're great. They're great, but I don't know anymore. It's like everything you look at, and you're hoping when you see it on X that somebody puts on there that this is AI.
So we'll grab lunch the old-fashioned way.
It's so scary now.
Yeah, because you don't know. Scary. You're not gonna.
Yeah.
This is the shit you guys don't understand. This is where my rabbit holes start.
This morning, 5 of them.
Still warm. Smells like anxiety and depression.
The grocery store is a 3-mile drive.
What am I missing here?
The old-fashioned way.
It's on YouTube.
Hold on. Oh no.
Should I start doing ASMR?
Human pass through here smells like anxiety and depression.
It's so good. I mean,
I know.
It's so. That stuff I'm cool with that, but it's the one where they use humans and it's just scary.
Trying to pick fights, get everybody pissed off at each other. That's the stuff that I don't like. It's going to be weaponized. That's the problem I have with it. Is because everything humans do, somebody's going to weaponize it. You could make
Definitely.
you could make the best bouquet of flowers, and some dickhead is going to go, "Ooh, I bet I could start a fight with these flowers. I'm going to send them to my wife in front of all of her friends and weaponize the flowers." It's like, so that's my problem, and especially in regards to the toxic atmosphere around politics right now.
Yes.
So, friend of the show, I'm going to talk about it. He might get upset, but nobody knows who he is.
Okay.
He's been on the show. Otis.
Oh, okay.
Was golfing with his. I'm going to say it. His brother.
Okay. Yes.
So they got. They
have a difference in opinions and politics.
In politics, and his brother said, "I just don't know if I can be associated with you because you don't agree with me," and proceeds to like scream and yell at his brother and like take me back to the car and fight and argue over politics. And let's be real. None of the politicians that you're supporting give any consideration to you. They don't care about you. They don't know your name. You don't even exist to them. And you're so hell-bent to hold the torch for these people who would, at a moment's notice, incarcerate you or kill you if it meant more power for them. 100%. And it doesn't matter. And I'm not saying you guys can figure it out. I'm not saying what side of the aisle anybody is on. It's just that cult-like mentality it's baffling to me how we've gotten to this point. And I'm sure it's always been that way to a certain level. And Kaz can tell you this, when we were growing up, what were the 3 things you never discussed in friendly company?
Well, the 2 for sure is religion and politics.
The other one's sex.
Yeah, it's usually sex, yes.
Sex, religion, and politics you didn't discuss in public. You held those conversations in private with your friends, your family, whoever it was. You just didn't. And now with the advent of social media, Bob from Toledo, he feels the need to get on there and espouse his political opinion and denounce everyone who disagrees with him. And you're like, what the hell's wrong with you people? Like, I just don't, like, you and I, we have our political takes. We talk about it on here, but I'm kind of I kind of hate all politicians.
Yeah, they're all liars. I mean, it's a business to get you to elect them. I mean, it's a business to
vote.
To say what you want. They say what they want, what you want to hear.
Yeah, they're worse than car salesmen. Legit.
And I literally think that the ones that are local now, they all aspire to be in the White House, or not necessarily the White House, but in Washington, D.C., to where they're, working to be 85 years old. They don't know what they're voting on anymore, those types of things. Mm-hmm. But I think when they start out with the right things in mind. But then once they learn that they can make more and more money by kissing more and more ass, and the agendas start flowing in. Well, if you do this and you do that, guess what? You're going to be making this, and you're going to learn how to invest in shit and not tell people you invested it, but you invested in it because you're going to help it get along. So,
well, see,
it's just
Kaz and I, we have vastly different political beliefs. He wants to be the first trans president. I don't think he should be. So we've had tons of fights.
You're so.
The thing
Did you put a little Kahlua in your coffee today?
I wish. No. I
still have never tried that. I'm gonna have to try that one. I don't know if I want to ruin my coffee though. I'm afraid that if I put Kahlua in my coffee, my coffee's not gonna taste good. And then I'm like, first I ruined alcohol, which is a sin. Then I ruined my coffee. That's another sin.
Have you? So I think it was my ex-mother-in-law used to drink. I think it's Bailey's in her
Bailey's.
coffee.
That's it. Bailey's and coffee. Yes, it's Bailey's. But Bailey's and coffee. I'm sorry. See, I've never done any of that.
Well, I think Kahlua is one too. I don't know though. I'm not a big drinker, so can you imagine though? Not a friend, not a coworker, your own flesh and blood screaming at you because you have a difference of opinion and will not listen to your side of it at all. Like, there's no discussion. It's like, you will agree with me or else. Like, that is such a childlike idiot. And now Otis's brother is college educated. So I just, which baffles me even further, that a somewhat intelligent human being can be so reductive in their thinking. Like, agree with me or else. I like different video games than you do. So therefore we can't be friends because you won't play the things that I want you to play. Like, that's that reductive thing. I don't play PUBG. So you can't be
you're not a big first person shooter guy.
So we can't be friends because we don't agree 100% on everything. Never mind that we both like video games. It's
right.
You know, you don't. Like, that reductive thinking is baffling to me, dude. Like, nobody's going to ever agree with you 100%. Nobody. You and I have had disagreements, not usually on the podcast because I told you I'll fire you, but no. There would be no podcast without Kaz. Let's just be clear. But like, we've had disagreements driving down at work and stuff, but it's never devolved into, you know what, F you and your mom's stupid. Like, we've never gotten to that point. It's like, I respect you enough.
And the thing is like, the next day we were like, you know what? We might think about it later on as we're going. It's like, you know what? Maybe that piece of junk was right. Maybe there is something about what he said. Yeah. It might take us. It might take a week or so. You know that one time you were telling me?
I saw a video, since you said that, I saw a video that really changed my mind. He lied, sack of shit. That's the way I do it. Oh, I saw a video. I think I understand what you were trying to say now. Dude, when Otis was telling me about it, he said some other stuff that I won't make public that had me cracking up. Then I told you about it, like, go apologize. That's why Otis is my friend, because he's the nicest human being you'll meet face to face. But he can flip the switch and do it with a smile and say the shittiest thing to you, and you just look at him like, oh, I don't like you right now, but I can't yell at you because you're being so friendly. It's an art form. It truly is.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like when you disagree with somebody and they still call you back like, you know, we're still friends.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure people don't agree with our political takes. But the thing is, it's like, it's our opinion. We all grew up different. Every single person that is on Earth had a different childhood than the next person. We might have similarities, but like, you and I have similarities, but you grew up in a different neighborhood than I grew up in. So that led you to have different opinions about certain things than I'll have. And
you know, it's just crazy.
Yeah. It's been bothering me all week that, like, you will end your friendship with your brother over people in Washington, D.C., who you've never met, you don't know shit about. They're telling you what they think on TV. 9 times out of 10, they don't believe any of that. But it's so important to you that you will wreck. So when you blow a tire, Otis's brother, if you ever listen to this, when you blow a tire, I want you to call Joe Biden and call his people and tell them to come help you change your tire. Okay? And when you get no response, because they don't give a shit about you, why don't you call your brother? Your brother will be there. Like, do you realize how fucking stupid you are?
Yeah, even though y'all have a disagreement in politics. And the thing that I don't understand is, you know, my friend that I game with, Miss Grasshopper, that doesn't like some of the words we talk about when you say things are moist. You know, like when you have that moist, really moist, great muffin.
I woke up moist this morning.
She has in-laws that they see that her husband loves and everything like that, and they have a completely and totally, as in I don't think they've like knocked down, drag out, but I think they've had like family functions to where they've ended in yelling and screaming and people like leaving and saying bad things, and they still, it's like they cannot not throw digs.
Wow.
Like they cannot not just go and have a family function and not say, oh, you're a liberal or you're a right-wing extremist, or they can't just go and have a function and not jab at somebody. I don't understand that.
No, I don't either.
It's family. They're there forever. I don't understand it.
What's funny is now that we're talking about this, I don't think I know what any of my family's political leanings are because we've never talked about it. I've heard comments about news stories or something that kind of lead me to believe that I think I know which way they lean. You know what I mean? But like we don't ever talk about it because I hate talking politics. Typically, because it's like the people who are involved in it are charlatans, liars, snakes, and pieces of human filth. So I wish we could have good politicians, but it is what it is. And then you've got the people on one side that think Trump is the new God King, and like they're making memes, and some of the memes are funny. Like I saw him as they replaced the drummer for Motley Crue with Trump, which was pretty funny. That one was pretty funny, not gonna lie.
We've got some local car dealerships that have got people that are paying people to impersonate Trump's voice and do their commercials and stuff like that. It is what it is. This is a red state.
Right.
So I can't be mad at you for doing that.
I'm not going to show there because they like a person that I don't like, even though I can buy a car and get one for free. Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. It's just ludicrous. It's just.
I don't care if they put Kamala Harris twerking on a car. If I'm buying one, get one free, I'm be like, yep. I'm doing it. Then I don't like her. Oh, look at the video I just sent you. I'm horrified. I'm absolutely horrified at this video. I'm going to put it up. I'm putting it up. I'm going to put it up on the YouTube.
No.
Why? 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 Does that doesn't look, that can't be real. It can't.
That can't be real. It looks like sausages on her lips.
It does look, if it's real, like she needs to get into therapy.
Because she was really pretty. I think that's fake.
Did you see the video I sent you of the lady with the filter? Oh, dude.
I've seen that multiple times, so I'm not for sure how that worked.
Okay.
I'm wondering if that filter goes old.
That's me too, because exactly what I was gonna say. Because she looks so pretty.
She's like, yeah, and then she goes old. I've seen that one a couple different times. Like I've seen it one way where she's actually old looking, and then she puts a bunch of makeup on, and then all of a sudden she's hot.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but the girl with the teeth, she puts her teeth in, right?
yes.
All right, let's get this audio.
That's her.
Yeah, let's get the audio started here. I hit enter, you piece, son of a... There we go.
Now recording.
Welcome to Let's Start This Podcast 3 times by hitting enter and nothing happens podcast. I'm your host, Mac. Episode 86. I have to say the number. So when I'm doing the audio editing, because I usually have like 6 of them saved. And so this helps me. So it's episode 86. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I finally got my lawnmower back, so I'm going to have to go out and play in the yard tomorrow. It was too wet today to do it with all the rain we've had. It's just a wet, muddy mess.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday, Rocco, before we forget. Let's start this show off right. Got to hang out with our boy. We're going to start a GoFundMe called Fix Rocco's Pickup. It's because that poor boy, his pickup is always got something wrong with it. He's getting to work right now using his Go Fasters. So those are tennis shoes, by the way.
Yeah.
So how's your week been, man? Other than
I'm glad it's a weekend.
Me too. I
got work to do though. I got to do some breaks and it never ends.
I had a unique week. Mostly revolving around work, but got through it. Everything's good.
Yes.
Kind of stayed off social media for the most part. I did find stuff that was funny to send you. I've been too busy.
Tired of the rain.
What's that?
I'm tired of the rain.
I'm not. This could be summer. I love it. I love this weather so much. This could be 100% our summer. I love it. We disagree, so we can't do the podcast anymore. Oh,
I know.
dang it.
I know. I know we need the rain, but okay. So I would be okay if it would rain every day after 8:30 in the morning.
Why so specific?
Because then I don't have to be out in it. And
oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I don't want much.
I didn't watch anything. I did a lot of streaming this week on Twitch.
Okay.
I streamed Claire Obscure. Love that game.
Right,
that game's great.
Okay.
But then people decided, yeah, you're having fun with that. Well, how about this game? And this one came out. I don't know how big the developer is. Awakened Realms. It's a Polish developer. It's called Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon. It's King Arthur. The King Arthur myth.
Yeah, that one actually interests me.
I'm level 6. I streamed it last night for about 3 hours. It's pretty good. I had a lot of people come in and chit chat. None of those bastards followed me though, so they can suck it. But
they will eventually.
But actually, I get more people watching my videos than actually than follow me. So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's $44, 45 on Steam.
Yeah,
I'm going to see if I can find. I want to find the one review that sold it to me. So it might take me a minute.
So did you see that text message I sent you?
And I don't know.
It's a new Pew Pew store in Oklahoma City, and I don't think they have a range. I haven't looked into it.
Rainier Arms.
Yes, okay. We're gonna have to go check it out. That actually a guy went there on YouTube, and it just popped up. So we're gonna have to go check it out. They have some different stuff in there. I'm very interested in going to check it out. Very interesting.
I'm trying to find this one review. Oh, come on. I guess it's so many other reviews. Basically, the guy said, I went. Oh, here it is. The game gives me the Elder Scroll. Hey, what's over there 7 hours later? No, that's not it. So the guy, he basically starts off like that. He's like, so I'll give you a breakdown on one of the quests. He said, guy tells me he needs some cheese and he'll give me a magic spell. So I went across the map looking for this particular cheese. I went on so many adventures. I come back with the cheese and he's good to his word. He gives me a spell. What's the spell? I can turn people into wheels of cheese. I'm now a cheese mage. He goes 10 out of 10. So it's like, I want this game now. I want to be a cheese mage. I like the open-ended. It really, it's 100% inspired by Oblivion with a little bit of Skyrim thrown in. Monsters tend to come from The Witcher. Like you can see the people that this game was inspired by. It's in the DNA of this game, but it's the Arthurian legend. So you're dealing with Lancelot, the Sword and the Stone, King Arthur. It's a very dark tale. Like when night happens, it gets real dark. So if you don't have a torch and if you're camping out in the wilderness, the weirdness, which is the mist that surrounds everything, will wake you up because you'll hear noises. And then the monsters are harder, but you have to fight some of the monsters to get some of the materials you need for the game. Like I said, I'm level 6. I'm probably 8 hours, 5 hours, somewhere between 5 and 8 hours into the game. I'm really enjoying it. It hasn't rewritten anything. So if you've played Oblivion, Skyrim, you know how to play this game. Like the sneak icon is exactly the same as it is in Skyrim. It's got bugs. It's got a lot of little weird things. Like right now, I'm getting irritated because I can't find the museum. because the quest marker puts me at the captain's quarters, not the museum. So I'm trying my best not to look strats up on the internet. I want to just play this game as it is, figure it out. The magic is great, feels good. Everything feels great. Combat is like, it feels fast and clunky at the same time. I don't know. It's Oblivion combat, but you got to dash in there. So it's really good. For $45, like, get out of here, dude. No, there's not been a single AAA game that I have seen that's been released this year that I've had more fun with than Clair Obscur and this game. And I'm ready to end the podcast right now to get back in it. That's how good it is. And I also watched this game, Blades of Fire. It's a Dark Souls game. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is on every platform. The other Tainted Grail is on every platform. Steam, Xbox, PlayStation 5. I guess it should say right here. It's not saying. This is a Souls-like. The crafting in this looks daunting. You're a blacksmith in this world. And I was watching a guy try to craft daggers, and I was just like, yeah, this is not for me. It's really cool, though. Again, it's $45, $50. Like, 3 games have come out that are better than anything AAA games have made. It's just, that's what I've been doing this week. Spending money playing games. So if you like Skyrim, you put this on your list. I'm not saying buy it right now. It's got a lot of problems. Like today, I just downloaded a 2 gig update because it crashed on me last night. Not only did it crash, it killed my stream too. So,
really, it crashed your stream?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was streaming on my PlayStation. I think if you're not in the game, I think it shuts your stream off. But man, it's really good so far. Now it could turn a corner and just drop off the edge of the world too. Just the exploring. It's not even the main story that I'm interested in. It's like going, ooh, what's over there? And going over there and like, oh no, there's enemies, fight them. Barely escape with my life. Find a shrine that I have to bring deer antlers to so that it gives me a level up of some kind. So now I'm out hunting deer, and then I'm like, hey, wait, what's that over there? And then you go over there, and it's a lake filled with blood. And so you swim out there, and the lady gives you a spell that basically sucks life out of enemies. It's just that kind of exploration that I just love. So it's fun.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I like good games. I mean, sometimes I like to play them like, what's the game we've been playing together?
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter. But then after a while, because you're playing by yourself. I mean, I know you're playing with people, but sometimes it just gets
monotonous.
I don't know if monotonous is the word. Yeah, it's not like to me, it's not like a first-person shooter because things... I mean, it's the same in a first-person shooter, but things change. You know, it's not always the same ending, or it's just sometimes they just get like RPGs. Sometimes they just get like push a button, watch them do this, push a button, watch them do this. I mean, it's beautiful, it's fun, but at another time, it's like, hell, even my son is not playing Monster Hunter. They've gone back to playing what's the one where they get extracted? It's a first-person shooter, but they get it. I can't remember. But they've gone back to playing that.
That's the one my friend Chu's playing, but he's like, I am not playing it online because I'm playing single player. He goes, and that's hard enough. What the hell is that game? Tarkov.
Tarkov. Yes, Escape from Tarkov.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Marathon's supposed to be, is basically another Escape from Tarkov. That game's dead. It's so dead. It's not gonna, it's so, like, those people should get their resumes together because they're about to get laid off. A lot of them are. Did you see the one of the creators? I think his name's Randy Pitchford for Borderlands. He was I think the creative guy for Borderlands. They did he was on something, I don't know what, but they're going to charge $80 for Borderlands on release. So fans are pissed off. His response to fans was, well, if you're a real fan, you'd figure it out. Oh, dude, I don't have enough middle fingers for you, you disingenuous, I can't say the words. I hope that game fails. I hope that they fire him. He doesn't ever work again. I hope he's the guy you walk by in Austin with a sign and you just laugh and point. Like, I have no sympathy for people like that. That it's like, dude, we're in the worst economic times you and I have seen. And you're competing with games like this, Tainted Grail and Blades of Fire, Claire Obscure, and you want to charge $80? Dude, I got enough to play crazy. Just these two games. I probably have enough game just in these two games to continue playing for probably 2 months. And that's if I don't come back in and do New Game Plus, try a different path. And you want to charge $80 because you're just basing it on it, and it's going to be full of probably loot boxes and cash shop. Got to have a cash shop. AAA developer. We're going to charge $80, and then if you want to look cool, that's another $35. And you want to get the coolest weapon pack, that's another $30. It's like, go F yourself. This game came out. You know what? You know the only thing you could buy, and I think it's hilarious. And the writing in this game is funny as shit. It is really funny because, like, you walk up to the gate and the dude's drunk and you got to wake him up, and then I turned him in, so he's in stocks, so he's cussing you out. He's like, but I'll forgive you if you give me a little bit of liquor. He's like, he's in the stocks, man. His hands, the writing in this game cracks me up, man. Like, you're going to ask that price for that. I forgot where my train of thought was going, but yeah, there's too many smaller teams that are coming out and putting bangers out here right now that, like, I'm not wasting $80 on your mass marketed media junk, game. And then the other thing is these 3 games that I'm talking about, I found them on the store page. I didn't see any other advertisement. There was no mass media blitz. There was no, like, check out our stream about this game and all of this. This was just, here's the picture of the game. I clicked on it, read it. I was like, that's interesting. Watched a live stream on Twitch and went, buying it, right? Like, there was no $400 million, we got to advertise it. It's like, you guys are too big, and you're not making things for people that actually like the games. You're just making retail. That's all you're doing. You're making a storefront with your video games, because that's what modern video games are from AAA developers. They're just a storefront to get people to buy their loot boxes and shit. I mean, you've talked about it in, what was it, Call of Duty? You can buy these skin packs, but it doesn't change the effect of the game. But
no,
I'm sure you see dudes buy those skin packs in games all the time.
There's all kinds of it. They pay. I mean, they go from having Snoop Dogg to, characters from the old Punisher movie. They had all kinds of stuff. Or Spawn movie. They and they're cool. Don't get me wrong, but
you're not going to pay the $20 to get it.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't change my gameplay. It's cool. I mean, and sometimes you can earn enough points playing that they'll slap you a little bonus. You play enough, you earn these things, and you can get certain skins, but you can never get the ones that you actually have to pay for. That's a whatchamacallit video game, the free ones.
Free to play.
Yeah, the free to play games that everybody still plays, the shooter that.
Here we go. We're going to read this together because this cracked me up. The
Tainted Grail?
The Tainted Grail. So there's only one thing you can buy. It's called the Supporters Pack. It's an extra $10. So the game's $44. So it'll be $54 altogether. Special DLC. Let's see. Oh, come on. Does it not say it on here? Oh, wait, here, read more.
Go back up and let me see the gameplay. I haven't
okay.
seen the gameplay on it yet.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a live stream.
That's fine.
I don't know if it'll load with us doing everything that I'm doing right now.
Oh, okay. I'll just pull it up and look at it my damn self.
So here's what it says. This exclusive DLC features a single meticulously crafted armor set that perfectly balanced protection, aesthetics, and historical infamy. Much like its legendary predecessor from another universe, it's talking about the horse armor from Oblivion. This singular piece of equine protection offers your horse the chance to look magnificent while providing questionable tactical advantage. It's selling horse armor. Like, they get it. The people who made this get this. This is a joke. It's $10. I mean, you get other things with it. You get a soundtrack, an art book, and who cares? But they're literally selling you fucking horse armor. Like,
now is this is one of the ones you want to buy, right? Not buy.
I've already bought Tainted Grail. I'm playing it. I'm playing Tainted Grail.
Okay. That's what I thought.
So here's the game. Here's the gameplay.
I got it.
Okay, what's the release trailer? The graphics aren't great. It looks like it could be a PlayStation 4 game. I don't care. It's the actual gameplay that I'm enjoying. Now, this is showing it in third person. The game is not really made for third person. It's a first person game. But the environments and the monsters I fought are pretty awesome.
And I'm not against having graphics like this. If the game is fun, like the lock picking, that's pretty cool.
That's exactly like what it is in Oblivion, which is cool. That's your sketchbook. You buy the sketchbook, and there's your upgrade tree, which you have all of those. And you just wander around the world checking stuff out, dude. I'm just having fun exploring it. It's a new world.
The fishing was pretty cool.
Yeah. All I've caught so far is a cup. And I found a body on some rocks. Surrounded by a ring of fish. And so I stayed there at night, and then drowners came out of the water and they ripped me to pieces. I was like, well, I guess I'm not staying here now. The world is cool looking, though.
It is pretty cool looking.
I haven't found I'm still like in the south of the island. So I haven't seen most of this stuff. That's the dudes, man. When they lean their heads back and start shaking.
It looks fun.
It is. I'm having a blast with it. I'm thinking
that's
about
all that matters, and
it is.
That's what they don't understand. This is just a fun looking game. It's zombies and dead people, and
it's a video game, and that's what people want. And it's funny because these AAA developers are like, nobody wants to play single player games anymore. Nobody. Those things are from a bygone era. I'm curious.
No, they're not.
I know they're not. Let's see if they. I'm curious to see.
I see a lot of my friends on Xbox that play single player games still to this day.
And Elden Ring just released, Night Rain. My son was playing it. It looks really cool, dude. It's you and two of your friends go in and just fight bosses.
Oh, that's right.
Night Rain. They were playing it. I had to kick him off the computer to do our podcast. But he's playing Tainted Grail right now. Yep. He's still playing it, so he must be having an okay time with it. But that came out, I guess, today or this week. So it's funny too, because like they're fighting Margit the Fell, that first real hard. Yeah, there were three of them. He's fast as crap in the new game. I mean, dude, he's
of course
way faster. I was like,
well, I like the creator because he comes out and just talks shit to you. Oh, if you thought that was easy, just wait.
Yes,
I liked him. He was talking shit.
Yes,
and now you can only imagine if he's going to let you play with other people on a constant basis, not just where you go someplace and you can, basically fire a flare up and your buddy can come in and help you fight somebody, which made the bosses harder. But now there's three of you. I can't imagine what he did. He gave you two middle fingers, I bet you.
So holy shit. So this game is $44. It's already generated between about $10.6 million in sales. Tainted Grail.
Holy moly.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's not great. It's not great. Like I said, but it's okay. Here we go.
But people on video games, it's like Call of Duty when it first came out. It's a word of mouth thing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Once you start playing a video game, it's like the what's the Japanese one that you like that you play every year that I can't play because it's on PlayStation? Ghost of Tsushima.
It's on PC. You can play it on PC.
Yeah, I know, but that's just I'm a butthole. I want to sit on my couch and play it from my TV.
Absolutely. No, I get it.
But it's so beautiful. But you tell somebody, and then you tell somebody else, and you tell somebody else, and all of a sudden, 100 of your friends are, and they're not even your friends. They're just like people that you interact with on Xbox. Like you're like, where have you been? Man, I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima. Or you're on PlayStation, you're playing your Call of Duty, and all of a sudden you're like, I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima. It's freaking amazing. You should look it up. Next thing you know, your buddy's playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah,
you're in a party you're just in a Call of Duty lobby, and 10 of those people out of the 12 are like, I might try it.
Yeah,
because you're just in a lobby talking, and that's how shit gets better. Just like this Tainted Grail, guarantee same principle.
Oh yeah,
same principle.
I didn't know about it, so apparently it's a tabletop game. But I don't do tabletop. I don't know enough people in real life to.
Oh, like Dungeons and Dragons tabletop.
I guess so. I'm not sure. But they had I do remember seeing like a roguelike card game that you could play on Steam, I believe, because I saw the Tainted Grail. I was like, oh, that looks cool. And then I saw it was a card game. I immediately skipped card games. I do not like card games. Because you gotta read a bunch of shit, and you gotta go, well, this stacks with the. Nah, I'm not that big a nerd. I got other things to do.
I got a story for you.
Go for it.
I got a story for you. So when my sons really started getting into gaming, the game room, we all shared a game room before I bought them Xboxes, and so we had 3 Xboxes in the house. They had one in their room, so that way I could play. And I would be like, hey, y'all are only supposed to play an hour, and I'm like, hurry up, you're 59 minutes so I can get some game time in. So I'm trying to decorate the game room. And there is a comic book store in Del City. And on the website, it showed they had posters and all kinds of stuff. Boys were probably 10, 11, 9, somewhere in there, 12, 13. So we're trying to, get some posters for the game room. And we walk into this comic book store, and they're playing D&D. And this is before you and I ever started talking. And when I walked out of there, I was like, those are some freaking nerds playing D&D. And I'm going to honestly, since you told me about D&D, I would actually like to play. Yeah. But when I walked out of there, I'm just telling you, they are like what people think nerds playing tabletop games look like. But in hindsight, I was like, dude, I would like to go back to this comic book store so I could check it out, so I could see, because, and I always say this, and I know people probably get tired of me saying it, but watching Big Bang Theory when they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, if it's like that to where they get into it and the stories are like that, I'm like, maybe it's not so bad.
It just depends on the group. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But every time I played, there's always been one person that doesn't really get into it, so it kind of ruins it. So like I played with my son, who is a chaotic evil gnome.
Well, didn't the family get together? And
yeah, that was it. That was it.
Yeah. Because don't you have like a crazy character that you can't say the name online?
Probably. But this particular one. I made a dwarf who hates gnomes, so I just bullied my son just mercilessly. I was like, we can't get the door open. I was like, I'd like to roll to punch the gnome in the face. And they would go, you do 2 damage. I was like, good. Screw you little bastard. And I do the voice and everything. It's like, I hate that little bastard. Why don't we drown him and see if our luck doesn't improve? And he's just like, okay, Dad, that's not cool. I was like, shut up, gnome. But yeah, no, I think it's kind of most things from the outside perspective. It's like the people who do paintball. If you never do paintball, you go, that's dumb as shit. Why would you do that? You're grown men.
It's so freaking fun.
That's what I was going to say, but I bet if you did it, you would have a different perspective about it.
It's so freaking
Well,
fun.
they-
Now,
they
granted,
do-
we're old.
Well,
We're old.
They do the BB
So-
guns, the soft BB guns now instead of paintball.
No, they do both. You can do both. There's a big paintball place out here in Choctaw. It's huge. The boys had a couple birthday parties out there, and when you it's like, okay, so each one,
I don't need to rent one of your guns. I brought one from home.
yeah, it's like
God,
it's funny. It's like, okay, so each one of y'all can invite 8 people, and they're like, Dad, such and such wants to come too. And I'm like, dude, what do you think I'm gonna drop $1,000, $2,000 so y'all can play paintball? Y'all can suck it.
Yeah, right.
Everybody wants to play paintball. The boys were buying. They're like, Dad, what if we take our money and we go buy paintball? So they don't even live here, and I've got paintball guns in the closet.
Yeah. But it's the same thing as like somebody would see that and go, what a bunch of weirdos, you know? It's like you saw when you went in there to see the D&D guys.
Look that shit up. That shit is expensive.
Oh, I'm sure
you can drop as much money on a paintball gun as you can a real pew-pew.
Well, have you seen those videos of I know we're getting so sidetracked, but we
always get sidetracked. It's okay. Y'all just hold on. I
think it's in
for the ride.
I'm not sure if it's Eastern Europe or if it's like one of the Baltic states, but they do the big giant war with the airsoft dudes, and there's like tons of YouTube videos of these dudes that are like geared out with the ghillie suits.
The ghillie suits, and they just like, you see him with the sniper rifle, get the ghillie suit, and just tink tink.
And the guy has to raise his hand. He's like, "Oh, I shot him." Yeah.
Yes,
like
they're great. I've gone down that rabbit hole. You go down some rabbit holes. I go down some different rabbit holes, but I've watched hours of that shit.
The best one, the reason I brought that up is because, you know, these guys do this every weekend. They're really into it. So somehow they got U.S. Special Forces. They got, I think it was like 4 of these guys. So they got them all kitted up.
Could you imagine?
They just wrecked shit, dude. They were running. They were jumping through windows.
Could you imagine?
They were just thinking, it wasn't fun.
Yes.
It wasn't fun. Those guys killed everybody.
But could you imagine? They actually have tactical awareness.
Yes.
You know, how to do shit. And these other guys are like, okay, so you two go this way, and you two go that way, and we'll get them all. And you got this guy like,
because
damn it.
Because those guys, their typical week is clocking in at GameStop waiting for the weekend. Meanwhile, these guys' typical work week is dropping into some country you can't pronounce to kill bad guys for real. It's like, it's not equivalent, fellas.
Yeah, they're actually holding a real pew-pew going around and training in a building and clearing rooms. And somebody with a paintball gun is shooting them, and they're like, you'd be dead. And these other guys are like, it's just a soft air pellet. It doesn't hurt. You can do it over. It's like the guys on Call of Duty. Why would you run around and do that? If you were doing this for real, you'd be dead. Dude, it's a video game.
Right.
It's like I can put another quarter in and restart, buddy.
Yeah. I'm the biggest troll on those games. It's one I've gotten banned from quite a few lobbies because I just mock those people. So we were playing, my friend Sloppy and I were playing. He got me into Mech Warrior. I hated it. I just liked hanging out with him. So he helped me build a mech. I get in. I have no idea what I'm doing. These dudes that play Mech Warrior,
that game is fun though.
They take it a little too serious. Like, I think they got money riding on this shit is how serious they take it. So I'm in a little tiny light robot. I'm just stomping around, and the dudes are in. We had the microphones on because we're going to talk shit. That's the whole point of why we're there. And so they go, go the wrong way, dumbass. And I'm like, my name's not dumbass, so I'm going to keep walking this way. I didn't hear it. And I just keep walking. And then I get on comms and I go, I found them. They're over here. They were so mad at me, dude. And then I'm just running around the enemy, just going, hey, we guys want to play tag? And they were, oh, dude, it was just a shit show. They banned me, and it was so funny. It was so funny because every time I just run straight into the enemy because I did not care. And they were so angry. So angry. I'm like, dude, it's a video game. we get to do it again.
Yeah, if I die, I get to do it again. I get to come back alive with no. Yeah,
the elusive Rocco has made an appearance. Merry-go-rounds, but its bottom scooters attached to the sides. Okay, you're gonna have to elaborate on that one, sir.
I don't know if I'm wanting to.
Yeah, probably not.
That might be scary.
But yeah, like they get so overly invested in it. Dude, the worst, and I've said this numerous times, the people who like Blizzard games, they're the most toxic human beings on the face of the earth. They take the worst communities from Call of Duty, the worst communities from every single game.
Sure?
Yes. I'll get you a World of Warcraft account and just put you in the world, not knowing anything.
I don't.
Just walk around. Dude, you're walking around. You've just started the game. Some dude is going to land next to you and go, "That's the gear you're using? You fucking suck. You should delete your account," and just fly off. Like, there's no reason for that. No reason. And that's the interactions I had with those people. They're like, you need to do your research. Like, I'm not going to get online and do a research for 4 days just to run a video game dungeon. I got better stuff to do. I hate Blizzard.
Yeah, I just want to play. That's.
But so there was an article written, I don't know where. They are lamenting the fact that these smaller developers, such as the people who made Clair Obscura, Tainted Grail, Blades of Fire, the guy wrote in the article, it's a deprofessionalization of the video game sphere, basically saying, these people go to college to do this, and then these companies are coming up and they're just selling tons of games, and that's just not right.
But don't you think that those people...
They built the game. They made a fun game. They deserve to get the money for it.
Yes. I mean, they've put in the time to learn how to do it, whether they went to school or not. I mean, I've got a buddy that is an amazing computer guy, and he's got a degree in accounting.
Degrees don't mean shit. It's just get your foot in the door. There's plenty of people across the world that didn't go to college that are certified. I mean, some of the greatest minds to have ever changed the face of humanity didn't go to college.
Yes.
So it's like, just eat shit. It's more about gatekeeping. And the older you get, the more you see it. It doesn't matter what it's in. The people that have power don't want to relinquish power. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a golf club, whether it's video games, whether it's politics. The people who have power don't want to relinquish that power. So they do everything they can, lie, steal, and shield, to keep that power.
Plus, somebody's pulling their strings.
Yeah.
So it's like we've said, like, if they want to give us some money, I promise you, I'll put a Pfizer tattoo right here. I promise you, but y'all got to send the check first.
Yes.
Okay? Check first. I have my own tattoo. He'll even come to the house if I want him to. And we'll put it on here. I'll put it on the podcast. We'll post pictures. Pfizer for life, baby. But guess what? We're not Pfizer fans, but it's the thing is they're paying the bills,
right? And
they might not even agree with that. Like we've said before, you put a truth serum in them, they might not even agree with that shit. But it's who's paying their bills.
It's just so, dude. There's such
disingenuous, like you said.
And there's such a big disconnect between the media, whether it's video game media or it's actual media. And the average people.
Principle.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely, because they started to attack. You remember we read a couple of weeks ago about the Buffalo schools. I was talking about Richard High. They were attacking him for coming out. Like the media was attacking him. And I'm just like, the guy is telling you there's a problem with protecting children and your response is to protect the school system? Instead of doing your fucking jobs and investigating this, you want to attack the guy because he did a couple of things wrong. If you can't, that right there to me is just the exclamation point to why people don't trust the media anymore, whether it's video game media or traditional media. Because like Richard High and those guys over at Unsub have thousands of hours. You know exactly who those people are for the most part. Like, because their lives are documented in hundreds of thousands of hours of online videos. So you know a lot of their opinions. They're not secret. So when they come out with a hit piece, like Brandon Herrera was trying to run for I think a Senate or Congress seat in Texas. And his opponent was like, the joke was Brandon Herrera hates veterans. He's on a podcast with the Purple Heart recipient and has had Medal of Honor winners on his podcast. Like the guy does more for veterans than probably any politician. And just like the disingenuous nature of it's just like, oh, so you're just a lying sack of shit. Gotcha. And that's what's going on with video game writing right now. But it's funny because the chickens are coming home to roost. Nobody's reading these publications. Polygon has just had massive layoffs, or Kotaku. It's one of the two. I'm all for it. I hope they close their doors, and I hope those people learn to fucking say, welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order? Because that's what they deserve. Learn the code, because that's what they told the coal miners or the oil field workers, learn to code. It's like, okay. Like I saw articles in video game publications that's like, I don't know why these people were trying to save our environment, learn to code. That's where it came from, was video game articles. So I'm like, well, hope you learn to code, you condescending prick. I just don't understand the whole, I look down at you because you did something that I didn't approve of. So therefore,
but because you did something outside the box and it's actually working for you.
And you're being rewarded handsomely for it, might I add.
Yes.
So anyway, you were going to talk about some stuff. I'm done, by the way, with the video game stuff.
I just saw a video. I know we haven't talked about it. And I don't understand. I don't know how true it is. And I would think, so, we talked a couple weeks ago about the Diddy trial going on.
Yes.
Well, just this week, Will Smith was on the trial. He was in the court. He was on the stand.
Ooh.
And there are some different things that were talked about. Supposedly, that Diddy had blackmailed him with a video of Will Smith doing something.
Okay, so it says there is no evidence that Will Smith has testified.
Oh, really?
Rumors that he took the stand and testified against Diddy are false.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But that video sure looked pretty good to me on X.
Yeah, see, that's
what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Then we won't even talk about it until we know for sure. But the things they were saying were not good. I haven't watched this week's episode on Hulu yet, so we won't talk about that.
Celebrities were so here's what it says. It says several celebrities were mentioned in testimony but did not directly testify. Specifically, Jimmy Levine, I don't know who that is, and Rihanna were mentioned in testimony by former Diddy assistant Capricorn Clark. That is a stripper name if I've ever seen one. Capricorn Clark. Capricorn Jasmine Clark, while these individuals were part of Diddy's social circle and were mentioned in court. So, yeah, exactly. And I'm seeing a bunch of the YouTube videos saying that Will Smith, but I don't.
Yeah, that was, I saw it on X and then I saw it on YouTube. Yeah. So that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we won't talk about that then until I know for sure.
I did see, and I don't know if this is true, that he was sending out coded phone calls to people to basically like,
it was his son. Yeah, his son had one talking about get rid of the pizza boxes.
Right. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Do they know?
The guy that I watched the video of, and he was talking about it. It's like it's a coded message, so nobody knows what it means until you break the code. What the pizza boxes is, and tell somebody to do something with something. And I was like, oh my gosh. Of course, if you're on trial for something and you want somebody to get rid of something, you're not going to say, hey, man, get rid of the dead bodies that you got over there at 835. Yeah. You're not going to come out and say it on a phone call because every phone call out of a prison is recorded. So,
oh, really?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
All your mail is open. When you're in prison, if you get correspondence, it's all open.
So they don't get a file in the mail.
Well, I would say so, but but all the mail is you have no privacy. You have nothing. All your phone calls are recorded. That way you can't say anything because supposedly he actually did call somebody and threaten them. Supposedly.
So, in a shocking turn of events that's sending tremors through the entertainment industry, a leaked phone call between Jay-Z and Sean Combs has exposed a web of intrigue, coded communication, and potential witness intimidation with threats to unravel Diddy's entire empire.
I hadn't heard that one.
Recorded from within the prison walls, the conversation reveals a sophisticated system. It's not sophisticated. Argues far beyond typical inmate interactions. Diddy allegedly, words are hard when you're dumb. I'm dumb. Diddy allegedly, too many Y words, uses enigmatic phrases like pigs, road trips, and worm food to communicate with individuals outside, creating a complex code that hampers authorities' ability to fully understand his communications. So, yeah, it's wild, man. I mean, what do you think's going to happen with this trial?
I don't know. It's very hard to tell. It's so in the early stages, and it's all of it until they can get the video. If there supposedly there are videos, they videotaped everything. Until that stuff comes to light, it's all a he says she says thing. You know what I'm saying? Because
and if he's
he made me do this,
and I mean he's connected, so if he's intimidated,
and he's connected, he has money. So until the videos come out to where it shows like you're gonna do this or else I'm gonna cut your heart out, you're not gonna know what the hell comes about it. It's just it's like the Epstein thing. We don't know. We might not ever know because there's too many high-ranking people, too many people with money. And we all know what happens when you have money. Things disappear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Apparently, Kash Patel came out and said that Epstein did, in fact, end his own life. And, of course, the internet is not happy about that. He actually had quite a bit to say about it within context.
I had not seen that.
Yeah, he said that he did actually take his own life. And if you go through all of the evidence, you would find that is where it led you to. I don't know.
All I know is it's very weird that they don't have the video.
I kind of like
because the video went away. It all of a sudden there was video there, then all of a sudden there was no video,
then he ends up you
gone.
Imagine you get the job, they take you down in the basement, they show you Kennedy get an assassination, and they look at you and they go, "So you gonna work with us?" Yeah, well, you're going to go, yep, I think I'm going to retire.
Yeah.
Any questions? They show they show you the Kennedy assassination from an angle no one's ever seen it before. And you're just like, oh shit. Okay. So you don't know. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
And I truly believe some of that stuff doesn't, like we talked about before, I don't think releasing whatever stuff they have on the Kennedy assassinations is even worthwhile. I know that there are people that live for that conspiracy theory stuff, but what really is going to do? Everybody that was involved with that is either so old or they're not here anymore.
They're dead. Yeah, exactly.
What are you going to do? Prosecute? An FBI agent that was in on it, or a CIA agent that's 98 and a half right now. What are you going to do with him? Right. Slap him on the wrist and break his wrist?
Yeah, no.
So
I'm just curious to see it, because if he's actually blackmailing people, that's the part that the trafficking and the blackmailing, those are the two things. Like, he wants to invite celebrities over and probe their cavities with baby oil. It's none of my business. I don't care what two grown consenting adults do. He wants to do all that stuff.
If what everybody's saying is that they weren't consenting, that's the thing. So
right, that's the trafficking part, right? That's the illegal, like the blackmailing and all that.
Yeah. Supposedly, like I said, supposedly. It's like we said, Epstein. We might not ever forget.
So Sooner Girl's making fun of you for saying she's asking a question. So you should probably read that. I'm not touching that. That's you.
Supposedly, I said supposedly. I didn't say supposedly. Supposedly. Maybe I'm not speaking correct English.
That's okay. I don't either. I just know that wasn't me this time because I don't use words I can't pronounce. They're simple
or spell.
Or spell.
Or spell.
Exactly. I'm like, oh, that's a big one. Yeah.
Hey, she's just happy that her Sooners pulled one out yesterday, yesterday in the final 7th inning with a walk-off home run, so they didn't go in the losers bracket. That's all that matters with that. And I just happened to see that today. She's just happy about that. And by the way, congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder making their way to the finals. We don't know who they're going to play yet, but they closed out the Minnesota Timberwolves the other night in Game 5 with a 30-point win. So half of my prediction is going.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Oklahoma City Thunder are on to the NBA Finals. Should start next Thursday.
Okay.
First game in Oklahoma City. It was so bad, I don't know if you saw it, but on the news, that all the local businesses that sell sporting goods stuff stayed open late after the game. Because, they already supposedly
now it's in your head. I didn't do it.
Yeah. Supposedly, they already pre-print like the shirts and stuff for the champions, and they already have them.
Thank you, Sooner Girl. You've just made this the best podcast I've ever done.
All of y'all can suck it. So anyway, they opened like at 11 o'clock at night, and all the local stores like Academy and Dick's and stuff like that were selling the Western Conference Finals championships, and there were lines out the door at 11 o'clock at night for people to go buy Oklahoma City Thunder shirts. When you could have just waited till the next day and got online. Now you might not have got the first shirt. You might have had to wait till they restock, but you can go out and buy them.
Is this the first time they've done it?
No, they played in 2012 against the late.
So
against
it's been some time though. It's been a while. Okay,
but they're a very young squad. I think they've only been in. Around for 17 years, so it's their second time to the finals. They got spanked by the Miami Heat in 2012.
Who's their potential opponents? Which two teams?
It'll either be the Indianapolis Pacers or the Knicks.
Oh, I hope it's not.
I
hope it's not.
I hope it's the Knicks because I think the Knicks will be an easier team for them to play.
Well, I don't know. I don't know basketball, so I'll just take your word on it.
In my opinion, easier team to play.
Okay.
But so if you're in Oklahoma City right now, this is the place to be. Sooner Girl, stop. So this is the place to be. So like right now, you got the College World Series for softball going on at the Hall of Fame Stadium over there in Oklahoma City.
Isn't that by the zoo?
Yes, by the zoo. I've never been. I heard it's a really nice facility.
It's for softball. So
yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go.
No, have you seen some of them softball pants? I'm just gonna say it. Some of them softball pants are as good as some of those volleyball shorts. I'm just gonna say.
Did you also see that the young man who grew his hair out long and identified as a woman broke a record?
Yes, he did in high school, and he should have his leg broken by somebody because that's a bunch of shit.
I agree.
No, take his leg out. Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg. but use an aluminum bat.
Ting.
Yes, that dude will never pitch again. Fuck it. And what's so bad is you can't play baseball, but you gotta go up against girls playing softball. You punk ass.
My sister, my cool sister, the one that lives out of state. She did fast pitch softball. She was a pitcher. Dude, she could throw underhand like 100 mile an hour. Like it was baffling. Just smack. I was like, I'm not playing catch with you. Mm-mm.
There's no possible way that I would even try. So the Native Americans have an actual softball league where they do underpitch like that, where they do fast pitch like that.
Really?
And it's a big deal. Oh, it's a big deal. Huh. And those men are throwing the ball like that. And I'm like, y'all can suck it. I'm not doing that. Now, what happened to just throwing the softball up for softball pitching and I can just hit it like, dink. No, this shit is coming at you at 100. Oh, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And some of those girls are throwing the hell out of that ball, and this dude's like, "Mom, I can't play baseball. They make fun of me. If I grow my hair long, and I talk like this, can I play softball?"
I think that's phobic. It's phobic, something phobic. What is it? Phobic. I'm just kidding.
Bitch.
I agree with you.
Bitch is the word. That's just my opinion. It's like I said, if Michael Jordan played women's NBA, he would have scored 125 every game.
Oh yeah, yeah. I did. The only thing sports I have seen is Caitlin Clark, her getting injured.
Now I have not seen they're not showing the injury. It's just a quad pull, so she's just got a quad strain. So it's nothing like.
That's all.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing like somebody took her knee out or something like that. So they're not. Every time you look it up, it's just showing that she's been beaten up. Oh, those are some nails.
No, it gets better. It gets better.
No, it does. That's terrible.
Yep, it gets better. I'm leaving it up there because this is stuff that floods my timeline. I don't know why this is happening. It's hideous, and I hate it. She makes hands for her fingernails. Like, why?
Now, I have a question. I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Excuse you.
How do I word this without getting in trouble? How do you take care of business in the bathroom with that shit on your hands?
Well, you very carefully.
I mean, how dirty are that? That's nasty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's just nasty to think about.
Yep. I'm just sharing random videos on my.
Oh my! I've seen her on.
That's Gorlap the Destroyer.
Have you seen her say she could have any man she wanted?
She could. She just hold him down.
I'd be so scared she'd eat me.
She's got a hold of your neck. She's like latched on.
That's why his internet, he's not allowed to show the internet.
No.
So anyway, Oklahoma City's the place to be. Right now, you got the College World Series going on for women's softball. If you're a women's softball fan, which I do enjoy watching the women's softball, it's because I can't hit that softball. It's going 100 miles an hour, so I can't take anything away from them. Major League Baseball players can hit it because they're used to hitting something a little smaller, but the normal person's not hitting that ball. So it's amazing to watch those girls throw the ball. So I can't take nothing away from them. And I had a friend of mine whose daughter played softball, and I think she won 2 state championships at Carl Albert, and I got to watch her play. So I have been. No, I take that back. I have been to the been up there because I watched her win state up there. So I have been up there. I take that back. I have been to Hall of Fame Stadium. I watched her win state.
Yeah, I'm not big into sport, so
yeah, But this is the place to be.
I used to like football. I don't know, man. I got busy living life, and now it's like it's daunting to try and keep up.
Just take that shit down.
I'm paying attention.
And she thinks, oh my God.
Yeah, she's got a prolapsed anus on her face. It's like, girl, you got hemorrhoids under your nose. Here, let me get some preparation H.
What about the eyelashes though? It just goes.
That look
it just
goes
goes
probably $10,000.
It goes on and on and on and on. It's terrible. Oh my goodness. So we have another story.
Okay.
And this kind of goes to stuff we've talked about before, how they're demasculating us men in the United States. So the Democrats, after the 2024 election, are scrambling to replace the nominee, and they're wondering why. So they have spent $20 million on trying to figure out how to talk to young men.
They spent how much?
$20 million.
This is AI, by the way, and I'm here for it.
That was great. That there's another one with Diddy and Epstein riding on a motorcycle together.
It's just he's sharing pudding with Bill Cosby.
It's so.
Oh, he's showing the news.
Now this in AI and somebody's feeding him pudding.
Yes, that's Bill Cosby.
Oh, that's no, that's what's his name, the actor.
Kevin Spacey.
Well, Kevin Spacey and Jay-Z dancing. Could have done it so bad.
But what was the other story you were going to bring
That's
up?
funny. Oh, about the $20 million of learning how to talk to men.
So
you know how you talk to men? Make daddy a sandwich.
Just like this.
It's not hard.
So what the whole premise, what started this is because they on the left have said they need a liberal Joe Rogan, which is funny because Joe Rogan was a liberal.
A liberal.
They
and probably
pushed him.
still is.
And a lot of his thinking he is.
And a lot of his thinking he still is. He's just come to see the bullshit.
Well, he asks questions. And that's something you can't do with the far left. You're not allowed to question their motives, how they do things. You're just not allowed to question it. And it's the same way on certain stuff on the right. Like, you know, you get over into the Ben Shapiro side. He's going to have an answer for everything. Like, you can't disagree with him. He's thought about it, so he's right about everything. So, like, it's the same, but it's different, right? You're not allowed to basically disagree with either side because they're right. But $20 million to figure it out. So they honestly, and this ties into the story I talked about last week with Hassan Piker, they were looking at Hassan to be their spokesperson. So maybe that's why the FBI is getting interested in like his chat logs. And it's funny because this week, all of his videos got deleted, all of them.
Crazy.
And there is rumor that they're going to subpoena Twitch possibly to get those videos, and Twitch is going to be up a creek because they don't know. And they suspended him for 2 days, which is funny because they scheduled his 2-day suspension with him. So he just took him on his 2 days off. But part of that 20 million led them to Hassan Piker to be the voice of the left. For
Definitely.
Them.
Now, don't they understand that if they haven't gone in there and completely wiped the servers, that those FBI guys, those
was tampering with evidence too. If you knew,
well, not only that, but what do they call the guys that come in the
forensic guys,
the forensic analysts for the wet? They will find that shit because if they haven't like formatted everything, that shit is still there somewhere. Because they always find that shit, like computers. Like if you don't delete it the right way, if you don't know what you're doing, it's still there.
Oh yeah, it is. Like you have to physically pull the hard drive out and destroy it.
They have to destroy it. They got to beat it up and then soak it in it's water or bleach water
just
or
light that
acid.
Shit on fire. Light it on fire.
Yeah. But see, it says right here that the
$20 million to try
to
talk to
Democrat operatives and donors have gathered at Swank hotels to craft plans on how to draw back the working class and male voters.
I'll tell you why you're not reaching them, because for the last 8 years you've been telling white young men you're the problem. You need to shut up, sit down. You don't have a voice. Keep your mouth shut. You're sexist, racist, homophobic. You're
not going to get them back. I'm sorry. There's no way.
You owe every black person ever born restitution for shit you had nothing to do with.
Yeah,
so
there's no way to get it back.
Why they're pissed and they're looking for other alternatives. You're not getting them
now.
back.
The true males, you're not getting that back.
They never
had parents,
the true males.
No, they're never going to get true men. They're never going to get that back. There's nothing you can do because guess what? There's such thing as history. You can go back and look at all the shit that y'all said. Yep. All that shit is on the internet
too. It's all on the internet. So if you sit here and it's like if I get on here and I just dog cuss you out and call you everything in the book, And then we do another show next week, and you're like, we're not doing shit to you. Apologize for what? I deleted that video, right? Like, it's still on there.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, so it's like going back in time. Hillary Clinton runs for office against Trump.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the main people that she lobbied to get was the LGBTQ community. Do you know that the whole 8 years of her husband being in the office, she was against same-sex marriage?
Yeah, because that was the popular thing at the time, right?
Uh-huh. So how do you go about saying that, oh, I'm all for gay marriage, I'm all for lesbian marriage? No, you're not. You're just trying to change the view.
The narrative.
The narrative. That's the word, the narrative. When your actual thoughts and everything is you don't like that shit. And guess what? There are videos of that. You and your husband for 8 years lobbied to not have same-sex marriage. But now all of a sudden, oh, it's okay. It's good that y'all have a voice. Bitch, you're a liar. It doesn't change. What you did in the past is how you are now. You're just changing. You can change the way you think on some things, but deep down, you don't believe in that.
Right.
You're changing that. It's politics speak. You're changing that to get votes.
They're just salesmen trying to sell their bullshit to the American people. That's all it is. And the people that buy it and then go, oh, I don't care if it's Trump or it's Hillary, and these people that get behind them and they're like, they're the greatest. I'm like, really? They're just a person and they're rich. They're beyond your economic stratosphere. And you're sitting here idolizing these people. Like that celebrity worship shit. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Here you go. Here's the quote. This is a good one. The idea that you can fix the male voter problem that exists with Black, Latino, and white men by spending $20 million to study their syntax like they're a foreign culture is exactly why there's a disconnect.
Yeah.
That's it right
and it's
there.
Funny
These
too.
voters aren't a research subject. They're citizens.
So the other thing is what's funny that the Democrats clearly don't understand that I do, you do, because we work around the people they're trying to court. Like we work around a lot of Latinos. We worked around a lot of Black folks.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the men from those demographics that I know, they're low-key conservative. They're low-key conservative on a lot of their opinions. And they're probably more conservative than you or I on some topics, such as gay marriage and stuff.
Right.
Like they just are for the most part. Now there are some that don't, but the ones that I know, yeah, they got some strong opinions about stuff. Cause you got to think a lot of Latin America, you got a lot of Catholicism, a lot. Like the Catholic Church just went haywire down there. There's a lot of Catholics. So I don't know if y'all know this, but strictly speaking, Catholic Church, pretty conservative. But the fact that you have to study that, because you've gotten away from what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be not focused on individual bullshit. You're supposed to be worried about the economy, about protecting our people, protecting our children, educating our children. And instead, you've wasted your time breaking everybody down into their constituent parts so that you can, micromanage the shit out of everything.
That's the word. And that's a good one right there.
It's not panned out. And then you put up one of the most unlikable candidates for 2 years running. And then now, and I'm pissed at the freaking Trump administration. They're like, oh, we're going to go after the previous administration because Biden just came out. He was cognitively impaired. Are you freaking kidding? Like, you guys were watching the same press conferences I watched, clearly. And you and I clearly said on this podcast that the guy's got dementia.
Oh yeah, we were saying it, and we were saying it for months. For months. The thing is, though, when your hands are tied, when they controlled the House and the Senate, it's hard for them, and you see
But now they're going to go after them. You're going to go after. How about instead you go after these crooked freaking congressmen that go in there making $150,000 a year and they leave 4 years later with $22 million in their bank account? That's what I want you to do. I want you to go after those bastards. I want you to go after the people that sit in the House and Senate for 75 fucking years. That's what I want you to do.
The thing what they need to do is if there's a term limit for the president, there should be a term limit for senators.
I agree, but that'll never happen because it has to be voted on by them.
Yep.
It'll never get a vote to the people.
But if it was to come down, if it started locally, maybe it could go on up to the big house. You know what I mean? Because locally it's the same principle. Mm-hmm. Locally, some of these people are here forever.
Yes.
Besides your governor.
Right.
You know, he can only serve however many terms he can serve, 2, I believe. But, you know, since I'm fairly new into the politics.
Me too.
And that's the thing. If that would change, then those people would come in and be like, okay, so I only have, even if you gave them 3 terms, give them 4 terms. Because you know it's going to be hard. You got to find your groove. So if you give them 2 terms, maybe.
How long is a term?
4 years, because they have to be voted in.
No,
I think
2 terms. 8 years is plenty of time to figure out what the hell you're doing. 2 terms.
2 terms.
Yeah, 8 years is plenty.
But
dude, I could take Rocco right now, put him in our industry, and teach him.
Not at what I just saw him. Not at what he just posted. I don't know.
We work with people that are way worse. Rocco's actually smart. I could take him, put him in our industry, and within 2 months, he would be a professional, fairly good at what we do. So yeah, and
the thing is like I said, I really think they start out with the right. Some of them, I don't think so.
Right.
That lady out of Texas. That poor lady out of Texas.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't say because it's bad, but you, if I was to show you a picture of her, you'll know the one that they showed twerking in the hallways.
Oh my God! Yeah. Okay.
You know who I'm talking about. I can't remember her name, but yes, she was twerking in the hallway after she got elected.
A study that will specifically examine young male voters and how the party can connect with the demographic. Dude, if you have to study like
what men want.
So what that's telling you, but here's the outlier. This is what it's telling you, that they don't have a fixed position. They're going to tailor their position in order to appeal to that demographic instead of having a firm platform from which they say, like, this is what we believe in. You either agree with us or you don't, and that's fine. But this is our platform. Instead, they're like, this is our platform. Unless you don't like it, and then we'll change it.
Yes,
what do you want? Well, that's what we believe in, right? So it's like, I'd be in every beer commercial. You would be in every beer commercial. He'd be the guy in the background going, "It's the middle of town," and it'd fall over. And they were like, "What the hell was that?" I don't know. That'd be a great series of commercials. Rocco's just in the background, hammered, falling down at the end of every commercial, just in the background. So you got Shane Gillis, talking with somebody for Bud Light, and then in the background, you just hear a collapse, and there's Rocco falling down. That would be awesome. People who know. But yeah, that's what I take away from this. And then that's your problem. It's because you don't have a firm foundation on anything. You're trying to tailor your message to suit the people instead of having the message from the people. Like, that's why Trump won. Trump is doing the things that the people that elected him to do for the most part. Like, he came in swinging the hammer, And so most of the people that voted for Trump, they're like, yeah, he's doing what we wanted him to do. Like, he did something with the EBT program and Section 8. I don't know exactly what that is. I didn't look it up. But he did something against that to help veterans. He's put Marines on the border. Like, he did all this stuff because that was his platform. He didn't tailor it necessarily to suit this demographic over here or to do it this way. He was just like, I'm doing this for Americans. And that's, I think, the big problem right now with the left is they're too worried about micromanagement.
Yes, because I know that he has taken a lot of the funds that they were using to house the illegal immigrants, and he's shifting it towards veterans.
I'm for that.
I'm for that. Why
you fought for our country and you paid heavy toll for it, you know?
And
you gave up
contrary to what anybody contrary to what anybody believes, PTSD is a true thing. You're being shot at and you're seeing your friends and what you call a brother losing their life. It's gonna affect you. You're living with these people day in and day out. You build a bond with them.
They're your family.
They're your family, and then all of a sudden you get out, and that's the only thing you know how to do. They train you to do one thing and one thing only, and that's shoot a gun.
Yep.
That's it.
Shoot down range.
Yep. So it's just,
dude,
they need to be taken care of more.
I think, and I think this Democratic Party is going to have to I think they're going to have to strip everything back and they're going to have to rebuild from the ground up because I don't see, unless the Trump administration does something just heinously wrong, I don't see them regaining a massive foothold. There's not enough, and everyone is just exhausted. Like somebody put it today. It was an Australian cat who moved here to the United States. He put out a video that basically was like, we're exhausted. We're tired of all the victims. Everyone's a fucking victim and we're just tired of it. I don't care anymore. I don't care that you got a microaggression. I don't care if somebody mispronounced your pronouns. I don't care if you think so-and-so is racist. I just don't care anymore. And like you've taken this to the point where you literally have a country full of apathetic people that no longer give a shit. And you're seeing that portrayed in a lot of online hate and vitriol and people like lashing out at their fellow Americans. And it's because of this shit. You're going to have to fix your party. And doing a $20 million, and that's taxpayer money, by the way. More than likely, that's money that they raised from taxpayers to do a study on how to talk to men. That's almost as bad as those guys that go to the alpha male camps. Have you seen that shit? Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. We're gonna look at that.
No.
Yeah, it's a bunch of computer alpha male camps.
Oh, trying to learn how to be actual men.
Oh, dude, these are embarrassing. It's $18,000 alpha male boot camp. Oh, I got to mute this. Oh,
society today is
Hold
clearly.
On, let me check that out.
Let's see. They sit here and just yell at them, and it's just it's so cringe. It's all like they try to do like basic. It's supposed to be like mock Navy SEAL training. So, these dudes get out of this and they think they're like, dude, I'm a badass. They're the guys that walk up to the girl at the bar and they're like, you're hot. We're going to date. And she goes, no, fine, bitch. And just walks off. Told her, like, no, you just turned into a douche. This is such a scam. These guys are making millions, by the way, with this stupid fat camp for adult men. Tried to teach them how to be alphas. Oh, it's so funny.
And what's funny is anybody that's watched the Navy SEAL. Remember when was the AMC that put that on where they showed you SEALs training?
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, they actually showed. They didn't show you everything, but they showed you a lot of what goes on. I'm sorry, I'm a man, but I am not that man. I'm not man enough, especially now in being as old as I am.
So
I wanted to be in the military, but I didn't want to that shit. No, if that was the way to go in the military, no, I'm not doing
here's
that.
The best part, Cass. It's 3 days. It's going to take 3 days to teach you how to be the alpha man. It's like you're not learning shit in 3 days.
And some of those dudes are look like they're in pretty good shape.
They are. They're having most of this boils down to bad interactions with women. That's what it is.
You think?
I really do. I think a lot of guys don't have luck with women, and it affects them to the point where they just become these weird, awkward, and they don't know how to. Dude, this younger generation does not know how to communicate in person.
Well, they don't. Well, that's because they're not taught that.
No, they're not.
Even look at some of the people we know.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how. And by the way, Rocco would be in every beer commercial, and they would probably be good commercials. They don't know how to talk to women. They don't know how to talk to anybody unless it's via text message.
Oh, we should do the Mac and Kaz camp to how not be a douchebag. Oh, we'll charge $1,800. Do a 3-day course. All right. I'm going to send you a text message. How do you respond? Nope, you can't say that. Nope, you fail. Back of the line. I
$1,800. I think $1,800 is a little cheap. Let's round it up to a good $5,000.
Okay.
Good $5,000 because 3 days, $5,000. We'll feed you some good bologna sandwiches.
You got to go hunt your own food. You got to go get the wild bologna. It's out there. Here's a sharp stick. Now go show me your alpha potential.
and what's funny is, it's not every man's an alpha. It's just the way it is.
Dude, that's such a stupid mentality to have, like the alpha beta whole thing. We're not wolves. And it's not. Because, it would be different if we all had the collective.
If we were in another country and you had to do your 2 years in the military, every man had to do. What country is that? Is it France?
Israel.
Israel does that. They do that to their men and women.
And their women. Yep, 18. I think.
So you have to do 2 years in the military, no matter what. You're gonna learn how to be.
Now, but what I'm saying though is one man's. So.
Yeah, you're right. Not every man or every woman
we don't have
is
the same goals. No, what I'm saying is
No.
the same goals. It would be different if like we're all born and we all want the exact same thing. Like we all want to have 15 females.
Like we were all born in Sparta.
Yes, and we all have that. But
yes,
I don't. Yes. I wouldn't want to be Kevin Samuels, like dress in a nice suit, drive around in fancy cars, wine and dine. That sounds exhausting to me. I would rather be in the woods in a cabin, being left the F alone.
Now, if I was paid good money, I could change. I could wear the suits.
Yes.
Now, when I come home, I'm just sweatpants and flip flops. I promise y'all.
Right.
But
I'm
you
saying
are right.
That,
not every person is made to wear a 3-piece suit or be shot at in the military.
Exactly.
Or be a politician.
There's no such thing, in my opinion, as an alpha and beta. I think there are tendencies that people show that have like the A-type personality versus the B-type personality. Like at work, when somebody's getting dressed down, you'll see the A guys start acting up and like, you're not gonna talk to me, and they start yelling and screaming. Honestly, to me, that seems more like a bitch personality than it does an alpha. An alpha would acknowledge, you know what I mean? So you see these different, and I think everybody's got a little bit of that stuff in them. But I think the whole basis of the alpha beta stuff is just a load of horse shit, honestly. Because, like, dude, it's just dumb. We're not all wired the exact same. We don't all have the exact same goals, the exact same desires. Like some people, their idea of success is having a big house on the out in California off the coast, going to parties with models, and like that's when I made it. Driving a Bentley. I just like give me a small house in the woods where I've got high-speed internet and
there you go.
And my
that's
family.
The kicker. That's the kicker.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
If I can have 1,000 acres in Wyoming and have high speed internet,
100%.
I'm down for that shit. Down for that. I'm telling you, I could get up. I've told this to Mac a million times. I think it would be amazing to get out on my little quad with my cup of coffee.
Your little lap dog.
My little lap dog. I don't need the big wolf dog to hunt things because I got my pew pew. I'm shooting whatever comes up.
Yep.
It's no big deal. And drive around my property with my coffee and a thermos so I could refill it. with the right amount of cream in it. I'm a bitch. It's got I cannot drink black coffee. I'm sorry. I'm not man enough. I'm not your alpha on the black coffee. It's got to have some cream in it.
I agree, Rock.
Shut up.
No, he said he wants a house
pool table. Pool table. Yes.
Absolutely.
I don't. Nice game room. That's what I'm talking about. And then when I get done in the morning, I can come in and sit down and play some video games.
Because like, what is alpha? So he can beat people up. Okay, congratulations. You can be physically stronger than this group of guys over here. But guess what? That group of guys can do your fucking taxes, and you can't add 2 and 2. So who's superior? Who's superior to who?
Yeah, who can manage your money?
Right.
And tell you what, you know what, you shouldn't have bought that 6 Lamborghini, dumbass. And it's now you're broke.
And it's like men that try to equate their manliness because of women, which is always stupid to me too. It's like, oh, I get the hottest. It's like, oh, shut up. She was with half those guys last week. Like, that's not a brag. Like,
yeah, true.
It's just like, just live your life, man. Stop trying to compete with everybody else and what everybody else, like, I want to be the next Andrew Tate. He's a douchebag. Why? Like,
well, because he has money and he gets to do what
he's got women. He's got women. It's like, dude, stop equating your life for women. Start living a good life. Start working on yourself, and good things will happen. Good things will happen. I promise.
And guess what?
Hit the gym.
And he likes that lifestyle. That lifestyle's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's not for me.
I'm not mad at him. But guess what? If he had a woman that loved him that would get up and make him breakfast, he might. If he ever found that, that might be what happens to Andrew Tate.
Yeah, it's like they try to go. They try to have this take that all women are like this. It's like, I raised daughters. They're not. I got one daughter. I got one daughter that joined the Marine Corps. I got another daughter that wants to have kids and be a stay-at-home mom. So, yeah, I got both of that. So
yes.
Anyway.
Anyway,
you brought up something with the Trump administration. Sorry, we're getting a little political today.
It's not all political. It's just that was
his fault.
Yeah, I know. I mean, some of these things are fun topics. I mean, that's a fun topic that they got to try to talk to men. Men want to be talked to. They just want the truth.
Yeah, stop lying.
Let's just be honest. Stop lying to them. If they're fat, tell them they're fat. If they're in good shape, tell them they're in good shape. Don't lie. They don't want it sugar coated. Tell the truth. That's all we want. That's all as a regular man wants.
I want you to lie to me. Oh my God, I'm handsome.
It's so big.
That's why they call me Captain Stabbin'. Here, matey. Here comes Pee-Pee, the one-eyed pirate. Here to plunder that booty girl.
Oh, I do. If I tossed that softball up, you'd hit it. I knew if I see that's the slow pitch softball. That's what we're talking about. Slow pitch. You toss them, they hit them, you go with it.
Yeah.
So Trump came out and basically told Apple that they needed to bring their manufacturing to the United States.
Ooh.
And he opposed. What did he say? Trump threatens a 50% tariff. Nope, that's not it. 25% tariff on Apple.
How much? 25%?
And Samsung and other tech companies could be next. But see, Samsung is a that's a Korean, right? Samsung, Korea?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's South Korean. So, but Apple's an American company.
That's exactly what I said right here. Right here. This is why I said they can't do it. An iPhone made in the United States would be about $4,000. And I said that before we started the show.
Right.
That right there that's gonna kill Apple. That's gonna kill cell phone makers. That's why they're made overseas.
An endless amount of Reese's. I'm not against that if we can have an endless amount of Reese's and double stuffed Oreos and not gain weight.
Yeah.
Not gain weight.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I would be a happy camper. Because if I could eat double stuffed Oreos every day, I'd be so happy. There would be no animosity. I would love everybody.
Yeah, because your ass would be too tired to get up and chase them if they stole something. You'd be like, I didn't want that anyway.
I haven't had it. I couldn't tell you the last time I had a double stuffed Oreo.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I actually, for breakfast today, I had the breakfast of champions. I had black coffee and a brown sugar and cinnamon Pop-Tarts. It was awesome.
Dude, I am a blueberry Pop-Tart junkie. I love them so much. And I can't tell you the last time I had one.
I'm going to need a new co-host. It's brown sugar and cinnamon, non-negotiable.
They're good, but brown sugar cinnamon, I think, has to actually be put in the toaster. In my opinion, it has to be put in the toaster. A blueberry Pop-Tart, I can drive on my way to work and eat a blueberry Pop-Tart without putting it in the toaster.
Okay.
It's fine just like that.
Back on topic. So
Indian tacos.
What's her name? No. Sorry.
So anyway, he told, I have long ago informed Tim Cook of Apple that I expect their iPhones that will be sold in the United States of America will be manufactured and built in the United States, not India or any place else. Trump posted Friday morning on Truth Social. If that is not the case, a tariff of at least 25% must be paid by Apple to the U.S. Well, they're going to put that money, they're going to charge us for that. Somebody's got to pay for that.
Well, they have to, because they're going to have, and this is what I was telling Kaz. This is why we brought this up, because what's the last thing Apple has actually innovated since Steve Jobs died? Nothing. I mean, they go, well, the Apple Watch, that's just an iPhone for your wrist. Like, they haven't innovated everything. It's like, oh, what's the difference between an iPhone, 5 or 6?
8. Let's just go 8.
And the iPhone 15, 16, 20, 16. Whatever. Nothing.
New cameras.
It's new cameras. Yeah, but it's the same. It's the exact, my iPhone
it still does the same stuff.
It does the exact same stuff. They haven't innovated. So, like,
you can watch porn on a bigger screen on your phone. That's it.
That's it. There's new apps and stuff, but like they at one time they were visionary. They were changing the way people did stuff. Now without that sage leadership of Jobs or whoever it was that was changing it. So now you're going to take a company that basically puts out the exact same bullshit every year, and people line up around to buy these things, these Apple tards. And I like my iPhone. And the reason I like an iPhone is because it's
made for us normal people.
It's just stupid. It's a stupid easy device for a dumbass like me to use.
Yeah.
But I won't own an iMachine. I will not own an Apple computer. They're dog shit. You're paying way too much money
for underpowered.
Yeah, and it's like not everything worked. And I'm sure it's gotten better over the years. But back in the day, you would go to buy a game. You'd go to buy a game. You had to look at the specs for a PC and the specs for the Apple, and it was always like, it's going to run like crap.
It won't run it on Apple. It's not made for that. It's made for normal people to send emails and surf the internet, basically.
So now when you go to buy a new phone at AT&T, Sprint, whatever the other services is, you're going to be paying $100 a month to pay off your phone in 2 or 3 years. So your cell phone
instead of the, like right now, it's 25.
Right.
The norm.
Instead of the 25, you're going to be paying $100 a month. So your cell phone bill, if it's $100, is now going to be $200. And that's if you just have the one phone. Imagine like you and me, we have families. So you imagine 2 phones, your cell phone bill's $350. People aren't going to be able to afford that. So what you're going to do is people are going to keep their phones way longer. So what's that going to do? That's going to kill the new cell phone market. So that means they're going to actually have to charge more money than the $3,500 to get their money back, because they had to pay for they have to pay for the manufacturing here in the United States, which is what? The building, the infrastructure, the employees,
and then these countries like India, that those people, whatever they're paying them, which I have not looked, which they're probably paying them a measly pay compared to us. It's going to take money out of their pockets.
Yeah,
and they look at it as like helping build India's infrastructure, I'm sure, but. It's like Nike. Nike shoes have been made in Taiwan for as long as I can remember.
Apple pays assembly workers in India significantly less than it would in the U.S. While it costs Apple around $230 a month to pay assembly workers in India, the cost would be almost $3,000 per month in the U.S. to comply with minimum wage laws. And there is why, like, I don't agree with this. The reason shit moved overseas is because of overregulation by the government. And we can argue about which regulations, because there's some things that we definitely like. I believe in certain regulations by the EPA. I don't want you dumping toxic waste in our rivers and lakes. Like, yeah. So, like, there are regulations we need. I'm not like one of these guys. It's like anarchy. But, like, the overregulation of a market, it's like Kaz and I, we were going to get into the marijuana trade when it opened up in Oklahoma. And when it first started, you needed, what, $12,000 just to get started, just to pay for the licensing?
It was around 3,500 at first.
So it was 3,500. Okay.
Yeah. Now it's gone up.
Yeah, and just to start the business, you can't. And like, so imagine that on a scale of like this here, and you wonder why people are just like disenfranchised. And,
or what will happen is if they move it to the United States, they won't have as many people making iPhones. So imagine this. Imagine that they're going to pay the American, and to keep it at $1,000, they only make 100 phones a year or 1,000 phones a year.
I think, yeah, maybe.
You see what I'm saying?
But
because it's going to be a limited phone, because it's going to you'll have less people making the phone to keep the cost down. It's going to take them longer to make the phone.
Do you think it'd be cheaper to pay the tariff than it would be to make the phone here? I think it might be cheaper just to pay the 25% tariff.
And still, somebody's going to pay for that. Either they're going to not send the money to India, they're going to cut their wages, or they're going to make us pay for it. Either way it goes, or they're going to rate. They'll raise was it $10.50 for iTunes? They'll raise it to $11.50 or $12.50.
Right.
They're gonna make their money back.
Right. Yeah, because they're answerable to stockholders.
And he and I know Trump understands that, and I see the vision of like Taiwan is going to build 3 plants in the United States over the next couple of years.
For semiconductors or whatever?
For semiconductor chips, yes. So I see the vision. So I see what he's doing. You implement a tariff, but we get this done over here. Kind of like some cars, like Nissan is built here. Some of their cars are built in. They send all the parts from Japan. It's built here. That way you have American people having the jobs. So maybe that's what'll happen in India. They'll put it all together. They'll build it in India, but then they'll ship it to the United States for so many people. It'll take less of a workforce because it's already made. It's already fabricated. Everything's done, but you have to put the chips together over here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I have not opened my iPhone to look at it because I would probably tear some shit up. But maybe that is a way he's looking at it, is like the car industry. What are you putting on the internet?
Oh, well, I'll just play it in the background while you're talking. But like you said, this is
maybe that's a way he could do it. Is they manufacture everything and then they ship it over. It's got a box of 1,000 cases and 1,000 screens
if
or
you're
whatever.
If you're making the chips here, that's a cost. That's a pretty significant cost that would be reduced, right?
Is that a leech?
I don't know. It's a frog. I know that. And oh yeah, whip it up under your arms because that's going to make that. Oh, it's a frog. Delicious. I'm going to vomit. Oh.
See, this is why you shouldn't be allowed on the internet.
I'm vomiting.
She put it under her arm. Oh my God. This is why we get off topic, and then she's gonna eat oh my God, that's so bad.
Yeah.
So you know how many times Mac has tried to fire me? I'm looking for a new co-host to run this shit. I need somebody that will not show me shit like that on the internet. Because I've had frog legs. I didn't know you could actually eat the head like that.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can, but they just do it. They just do it. It's China, so I don't know. I think it.
Maybe that's what he's getting at. Is maybe he's going to try to get it
all but the thing is, it's still going to raise the cost. It's still going to raise the cost.
It could, but if you avoid the tariff and say instead of 25%, it only ups the cost of 10% or 15%. You see, there's still going to be an uprated cost, but it's going to make jobs in the United States. So maybe that's what he's trying to get at. If you think about it,
the problem is though, it's the labor laws in the United States.
As long as you go to a state that's not union, it shouldn't be as bad.
Yeah, that's true, but it's still going to raise the cost. I mean, $230 a month. So you just think of that, and they're paying $230 a month to have those guys make those phones right now, and they're charging anywhere between $1,100 and $1,600. Okay, they're gonna average pay here is going to be what they say, $3,900 a month, $2,900 a month, $3,000, $3,000 to $4,000 a month. That's a significant increase to make that same phone. That cost is getting passed to you and me. 100%. That's negating the tariffs. We're not even talking about that. We're just talking employment costs. So just in the manufacturing process alone, you've tripled the cost of that product.
Okay, so here's something else I just found. So Gene Munster, managing partner at Deepwater Asset Management, estimates it would be difficult for Apple not to raise iPhone prices if it faces tariffs of 30% or higher. Anything below 30, they will probably carry the vast majority of that increase, he said. But I think at some point they're going to have to start to share it. While moving iPhone production to the United States may not be possible, Apple did announce a $500 billion investment to expand its U.S. facilities earlier this year in an apparent effort to appease Trump. The company said the investment would create a new facility to produce servers previously made outside the United States in Houston to support Apple Intelligence, its new brand of artificial intelligence products. It will also expand data center capacity in several states and plans to invest in corporate facilities and production of Apple TV Plus shows in 20 plus states, among other efforts. So he's threatening them with the tariff. And see, that's what I'm saying is maybe when I found this article, that's what he's trying to do is get them to expand their
U.S.-based operations.
Their U.S.-based operations. So instead of making some of their shit out of the country, they're going to start doing some of it here. So maybe that's a plus. So you threaten them because kind of like he did with China. They threatened them with the 130% tariff, and now China threatened them with this tariff, and now they've come down. And now I do believe that he's reduced the tariffs to China to like 30% or something like that. It was in China reduced their tariffs. So it's a give and take, and people don't understand that he's trying to get us to not pay that. Because like the Jaguar, I want to say it's made in India, and we pay like 100% markup, a tariff on that Jaguar in the United States.
I don't know.
But yet we ship cars to India, and they don't pay any tariffs.
The tariff thing before Trump got in was very lopsided.
Yeah, so, it's very lopsided. So I see what he's doing.
Well, when you go to places like Japan, you don't see American cars because it costs way too much to import them there for their market. Yes. Not necessarily 100%, but
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I would go if I could bring a Japanese car over here. I'd bring it over here in a heartbeat because
some of them. Some of them
are not.
Get you a Mira.
No, I've seen no.
It's a shoebox. There are some Australian guys that have an a car channel, and they busted their load over a Mira.
Is that the one that's shipped in a box?
I'm pulling it up right now. It's Daihatsu Mira. They were like, oh, isn't it so? I can't. Well, how does an Australian sound? Oh, is a cool car. I don't know. I don't do. Yeah, they.
Yeah. Australia is terrible.
Yeah, that's right.
My problem with it, if it came from Australia, is it going to have a freaking spider in it?
Well, no,
yes,
they shipped it. They shipped it
Yes.
to Australia from Japan, and they went
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, those are like bicycle tires.
Yes.
I mean, it's a
probably
cute,
gets 45 miles to the gallon.
Probably 70, because it's got pedals in there for when you're in a stoplight, you charge it.
Could you imagine? Dude's getting a workout while he's driving to work.
I tell you what, though, if they sold that car here brand new for $5,000, I'd buy one right now just to drive back and forth to work. I'm not gonna lie. Oh
yeah, even if it's too small, you can fabricate it to where the seat moves back further into the back seat,
right?
And you'd be good.
Yep. I don't know, dude.
I see what he's doing though. If in fact he threatens them with this and they build more stuff in the United States, it's a catch-22 and it works out. You know, it sounds bad at first, but when you start clicking and looking, you know, that's the thing is people don't look. They don't click.
No.
We've talked about that before. So you look and then I find another, this was on CNN Business. So when I clicked on that and scrolled all the way down and started reading, I found that about, so if you're threatening Apple to make the iPhone, and they're like, oh shit, people are not going to buy a $3,500 iPhone.
Mm-mm.
They're going to go to Samsung, which Samsung is, if you talk to a tech geek, Samsung's a better phone.
That's what I hear all the time.
But you and I don't need a Samsung phone. All we're doing is surfing porn and looking, you know, at X. So we don't need a phone like that.
I watch YouTube. I use my phone for my Twitch chat when I'm doing live streams.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Phone calls and text messages.
My only problem if I have to switch is I'm going to lose my iTunes and I'm going to be pissed.
I've got
somebody at Apple's getting a strongly worded letter. I promise you that. I'm writing this out in bold caps and shit, and I haven't written a letter in years. Y'all gonna be mad at me.
Full of misspellings. Like supposedly.
Oh yeah, there's not gonna be any. There's not gonna be. Yeah, supposedly. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I say
with
stuff
you
wrong.
and the C3PO, you can stop that shit.
I love this. I get what he's doing. I just don't know. I don't know if I agree with it. We'll just have to wait and see. So I honestly don't have an opinion, but what it is going to do, if they do start jacking the price, it's going to mean that your old phones are going to be worth more. People are going to hang on to them for longer. So the used market is going to go through the roof as far as that goes.
And the people that actually work on those phones will make more money keeping your phone up to date. The screens being fixed.
And Apple is so crooked. So
yeah, they've gotten around that now. There are all kinds of people that I've had my screen replaced.
No, but in New York, it was they actually had a case where Apple was fighting mom and pop companies. I forget the guy's name.
Apple lost those. I
know they did, but they had to come together because they were threatening like significant, $30 million fines, the Right to Repair Act, and all that shit.
Yeah.
So,
but how do you make? Don't you have to start at the little man, whoever makes the replacement parts that are not Apple? Don't you have to sue those people too?
I don't know.
You would think so, because if it's not an Apple part, if somebody can remanufacture a screen that's cheaper than buying it from Apple, and it's the same damn screen, I'm going to them.
Yes.
Sorry for your luck.
Yep. But we'll have to wait and see, like everything.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm not an
economist.
We're not economists, and we're not political pundits. We're just.
But we do understand the basicness of it.
My problem is if they, because I want to get a new phone. Mine is like I can't.
You need a new phone. I'm surprised yours even works.
Yes. So I've got an iPhone 8, and the actual speaker. You know, if you hold the phone up to your ear, the top speaker to actually
it doesn't work anymore.
Doesn't work. So I have to talk to everybody either with Bluetooth or on speaker. And I mean, everything still sort of works, but I don't want to go and spend $1,200. And so I'm like, that's a lot of money for people that actually work for a living.
Well, this is what you do.
I'm not robbing somebody. I already tried that.
No,
they picked me out of the lineup. They were like, it's the pale white albino.
So what you do is you get the insurance on the phone.
That's
break the phone.
I just can't.
You break. You know how many people I know have done that actually just go out and break shit?
Yeah.
And then because they don't make the 8 anymore, you're going to get something new. I think you probably should have already had the insurance before you do some shit like that. But yeah, but it's like your phone. You probably can't find a screen protector for your phone anywhere.
Well,
anymore. No,
you can on Amazon. I just bought a new case for it. They still make parts for it. So
do they still make some stuff for it?
You can still find
I know you can't actually go to an iPhone, to a AT&T or to an Apple store. They don't have it there.
No.
They won't have.
It's from resellers. It's probably from mom and pop companies that still have stuff like that. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, the fact that Democrats want to talk to men and Trump's getting involved in sanctioning iPhones. I mean, it's getting crazy. It's literally like, are we living in the real world or is this really a simulation? We just don't know how to talk to guys. And Trump's like, bring your phones here and we're going to make them here. Or else. I can't do a Trump, obviously.
I can't do it. I wouldn't even try. I don't have that.
Oh my God. What else have you got, sir?
That's pretty much all I got. I need you to catch up on some Mobland.
I know.
Because it's freaking amazing. Freaking amazing.
Yeah, like I said, I've been swamped with my stupid games. Really enjoying them.
You're not swamped. You're just choosing to play the games
100%.
Watching Mobland. And I'm not mad. I am not mad at you. Not mad at you at all.
So I like to just sit and be in the mood to binge watch. So
right.
And now I've got, because I think the last episode I watched was episode 3. So I've got 6 is out now. 6.
Oh, you're at 9, I think.
Okay, so yeah,
8 or 9. I mean, it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
Okay, all right.
It's up there with Penguin.
And that was a great show. I really enjoyed that. There. Are they going to make a sequel to that?
They're supposed to, and rumor has it he's supposed to be in the next Batman. So I'm not sure.
Man, I hope so. I hope so, because he was so good. That was such a good show. Well, folks, I got nothing else. I got nothing. I'm ready to go take a nap. You can find us where, Kaz, besides YouTube.
Check us out on X. I'm definitely involved in X. It's The Odd Times Podcast. Also on TikTok, The Odd Times Podcast. I keep those up to date. We do have an Instagram, and definitely every Friday night at 6:30 on YouTube. We're live. We started on the YouTube, and we have an email address. Ish. That's a better way to put it. And we have an email address and she is one of the biggest things I love to watch on X or even TikTok, because they are killing the Angel Reese.
Is that who that is?
Yes, they are killing her, because you know what a rebound is in basketball, right?
Yes.
They call her shots. She gets me bounds because she misses so many shots that she gets me bounds.
Is she a nasty human being like me?
She's terrible. She's a terrible person. She's one of the ones that is a hater on Caitlin Clark.
Okay. Yeah. And Caitlin Clark is the tall, skinny white girl.
Yes, she's the white girl.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so hit us an email. oddtimespodcast, yahoo.com.
Yahoo.com.
And then Mac is on the X.
Odd Mac Guy on X. And then Odd Guy Mac on Twitch. Come hang out. I'm going to be streaming here in a little bit back on Tainted Grail. Come and check it out and see see if you like the game. Talk to me a little bit. It's a lot less filtered over there. I say things that I probably wouldn't say on YouTube. So
yes, he does. I'm sure he does. I am sure of it. If you positively sure of it, I've gamed with him before.
Yeah, it's not.
It is. It's. I'm gonna say R-rated.
Yeah, it's 100% R-rated.
I'm gonna say R-rated. Yeah.
So come and say hi. And if you like what you see, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And tell people
Same
about
on the
it.
Same on YouTube, please. Give us the thumbs up and share it. Let somebody know.
Those of you that have been here, thank you. We love you to death. Yeah, we're glad you're here, and our community's great.
Grammar police.
Well, you should not say wrong stuff, and then we wouldn't have to call the police. Do you ever think of it that way?
I am 2 wild turkeys and a Crown and Coke into it. If it's a little yeah.
I did that. I did that to my friend's. His wife is from Guatemala, and she came in. We were drinking beer, watching something, and she comes in and she's talking to me, but I don't understand. Her accent's really thick, and she's like looking at me, expecting a response, and I look over at him and I go, he goes, well, yes or no? I was like, I don't know. He goes, how do you not know? I go, this is what she sounded like. I was like, you tell me what she started howling, laughing. I was like, oh, thank God that worked out. That could have went the opposite way.
It could have been really bad.
Yeah.
It could have been really wrong.
They know me. So, yep. And like and subscribe. I think I said that already.
Yes, we did.
We'll be back next week unless something.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Yep. And until then, stay good and say no to drugs unless they're FDA approved. And